Guys, are you gonna go ahead and commence the utter fuckery since we've hit play?
She wants to knock the Christmas tree down.
She wants to lay under it, but she's gonna be weird about it. Hey, it's Megan
And Sue,
the Spine Breakers. And today we are doing a Broads with Beer.
We are.
Yeah.
There's some things we want to make clear about ourselves and our channel, so we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, it's a new year, so we figure we may as well open the new year by just letting you know what you can expect from our channel going forward and looking back, really. Yeah, so while we do that,
We're going to drink Fire, Skulls, and Money, the things that we want in the new year. And it's an IPA from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company, which is in Iowa, Decorah.
Decorah?
Or is that how you say it? Someone told me once, and I always forget. It's either Decorah or Decorah.
I'm not an Iowan.
I'm not. I do have family in Iowa.
I don't think I do. I've never been to Iowa.
My dad has cousins up there, and they go fishing together like once a year.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice and hazy, murky.
Love a murky IPA.
Looks like a sea monster lives in it.
Good. Some murky pond water.
Yum.
I really like it though.
That's a good
it's a really
IPA.
good IPA.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's get into it.
Let's jump in.
We actually have some points to hit. We got a little organized for this because we didn't want to rant and ramble for too long. But this was spurred by some comments we received on our last video. But, you know, maybe we're making a little bit of a mountain out of a molehill by making this video, but we felt like we apparently hadn't made it clear where we stand on some things. And so we thought it was important to us that we do make that clear.
Yes, it was super important to us that people know like what we stand for and what we're about, and so that way they can make an informed choice about if they want to be here or not.
Yeah.
So
also apologies to Gary if you're watching for your comment getting fucking hijacked.
Sorry, Gary.
So sorry. We probably should have just blocked that person from the start, but...
Well, I think what happened was we were trying not to do that. Like, we were trying not to block people or shut people down because we wanted it to be, like, a place for open dialogue. But, like, the more it continued...
The more it was clear that it wasn't.
Yeah, and, like, the shittier it became. And so we eventually did resort to blocking both people. But, like, yeah, we didn't want to start out by doing that. So,
yeah.
But sorry, Gary.
The first thing we want to talk about is our views, political views, human rights views, and just make that explicitly clear.
Yeah, because we're going to, our views are going to come up in our videos, whether we read books that are quote unquote political or not. We do read a lot of sci-fi, and sci-fi is super tapped into social issues, and so I'm sure that our views will come up and have come up in the past, so we just wanted to explicitly make it very clear what we are about and what we stand for, so that way you know what to expect, and it's not a surprise when you hear it.
And I was pretty confused about why someone didn't think we read political books anyway, because we do read a lot of sci-fi, which is probably the most political genre of fiction that you could read, I would
absolutely
say.
would agree.
And we do occasionally read nonfiction books that are political or involve politics. So I am just going to list out some things. I'm not going to go into tremendous detail. I'm also not going to cite my sources because I feel like Google's a real thing, and if you want to look things up, you can look it up. Although we have learned from apparently Google will show you biased results, so Google might not be the most reliable thing either. So
maybe look at sites you may not otherwise look at, but just to make it explicitly clear, we are definitely very pro LGBTQ+. On this channel, we are for equal rights. We are very trans inclusive on this channel. Trans men are men, trans women are women. We are also very pro Black Lives Matter on this channel. We believe that in the United States, our system is inherently racist. And that unfortunately we have to specify that Black Lives Matter because they're not treated like they do. So we are both pretty far left in our belief systems. I am not a Democrat.
No, I would not call myself a Democrat either. I'm not really loyal to any political party.
No. No, if anything, I am a progressive liberal socialist. I am not a Democrat. I think our two-party system and our entire political system is fucking corrupt.
I think it needs to be thrown away and
burn it down and start over,
Yes.
basically. We are pro-abolish the police. I don't think it's possible to reform a system that was founded on the basis of rounding up runaway slaves.
Want to mention COVID, which shouldn't be a political issue. None of these things should be political issues. We'll talk about in a second. But COVID, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous thing that should be taken seriously. And we listen to scientists and doctors. We do research. I publish scientific research for a living.
I work in the medical field for a living. So,
yes.
Yeah, no, research and science is important. We are definitely for that. So those are just some of our beliefs that may come out. I think we're both pretty pro-environment also.
Yes.
It's stupid that even has to be a thing. Like, that's a stance. But anyway.
Yeah. Climate change is real.
Yeah, so that sucks. But so those are some of our, I would say, major social and political views, which kind of leads me... Oh, I'm sorry, did you have...
Oh, I was just going to say, this is something you said to me earlier, maybe yesterday or something, but it like, when it comes to actual political issues, we both are open-minded and open to other views and learning about other views, but when it comes to human rights issues, that's not up to debate for us.
No, and it doesn't matter what you recommend to me to read. When it comes to human rights issues, there are certain things I'm never going to believe because they're antithetical to who I am as a human. So if you're wanting me to read something that says like systemic racism isn't real, or that, you know, that's trans exclusionary or whatever, like, I'm not going to read that. Like, that's antithetical to who I am as a human being. It has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah, and same for COVID. I mean, I'm not going to listen to some conspiracy theories about it.
No.
Whenever there's people dying.
Yeah, like if...
and dying because of COVID.
Yeah, dying because of COVID, not dying because of some wackadoodle conspiracy theory. So I'm sorry if some bro named Jared that you went to high school with who barely passed history posted a YouTube video that just sang to your heart about how COVID's dumb and not real, but we don't espouse that. So we'd rather listen to science.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads me to the next point, which is that I think there are certain things that have been politicized kind of out of necessity, unfortunately, that aren't really political. So like the things that I mentioned, you know, I don't think healthcare is a privilege. I think it's a right. When we talk about immigration, when we talk about LGBTQ plus issues, when we talk about racial inequity, those things have been politicized. Those are not political. Those are basic human rights issues. And the reason why they've been politicized is because, unfortunately for those folks in our country, politics dictates their human rights. Like politics, the fate of politics is directly tied into their lives, their rights, the things that they can and can't do. And so they've had to approach them in a political arena. But those issues are not inherently political. So those issues to me are more moral and more human rights focused. And so I think that to lump them in as though they are innocuous, as though they are like, oh, you know, just mundane political drudgery is harmful. And I think that comes from a tremendous place of privilege to be able to do that. So if life isn't going to change for you no matter who is the president or what political party is in power, congratulations, you are exercising a lot of privilege, because for a lot of people in this country, that is not the case. I would argue for most people in this country that is not the case. However, I think unfortunately people tend to vote against their interest a lot. But so to call those things political is quite frankly like shitty, and it's a bad take. And so no, I'm not going to open my mind to those things because when it comes to human rights issues, while they have been politicized out of necessity, they are not inherently political.
Right.
So get fucked.
And we might as well and we might as well throw in that we're pro-choice as well.
Oh yeah, totally pro-choice.
Okay, and then we wanted to talk about our channel and how we're going to conduct things on our channel.
How it's gonna work in our space.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is our channel.
Yeah.
It's our platform. And we can do what we want with it.
And we will.
We can and will read what we want.
Yeah.
And if someone is saying things in the comments that are, you know, harmful misinformation or things that are just rude to us or to our other subscribers, we can and will censor you and block you. We're not the government. We don't have to give you freedom of speech.
We really don't. No, we don't. And also I think like, and this is going to kind of segue into our next point a little bit, but it's not censorship to ask you not to spread misinformation. It's not censorship to
disagree with you.
It's not censorship to call you out if you're being rude or exclusionary. We're going to do that. And so it's your choice to watch our content. If you don't like our content, then you don't have to watch it. There are so many other content creators and stuff on YouTube that I'm sure you could fill your time with.
And we don't work for you.
You're not your employees.
I mean, obviously we're very grateful for the subscribers that we have and for the people who watch us. And watch us regularly, especially, and comment on our videos and things.
We love you guys. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it's also still our channel. And of course, we make content that we hope people will enjoy and will want to watch. But we're not going to let anyone tell us what we can and can't do on our channel. And YouTubers, I see this a lot especially on larger channels, where it just seems like some people feel like YouTubers are there to like work for them and should
entertain them,
should like grovel to their subscribers in some way. And first of all, like, we've never made a penny off of this channel.
No,
our
we are
channel
not monetized.
has never been monetized. No. And so we really don't owe anyone anything.
No, we don't have a Patreon. We don't have anything. Y'all don't pay our bills.
But even if we did, again, it's still our channel and our platform, and we can do with it as we please. And if people, if someone doesn't like that, they're welcome to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Find a channel you do like.
Exactly.
And I don't understand why YouTubers are not really allowed, because I see this on bigger channels where YouTubers just like aren't even allowed to recognize their own hard work and talent and whatever else may have gone into
all of the
their
time
success
and effort. Right.
On their channel, and they're just expected to be like, oh, thank you so much to my subscribers, I'd be nothing without you, which to an extent, somewhat.
Yeah, but like I feel like that discredits all the hard work that person put in.
Yeah, and YouTube
like you're saying,
is hard work. I mean, our channel is like quality-wise
base level. We are base level.
It still takes a long time to edit videos, film videos, plus the work that goes into like having content for videos, which for us is reading books, which takes a long time, and it is something we enjoy doing. Right. But still, there can sometimes, I feel pressure sometimes to have to read and have books to talk about. And I can't even imagine how much more work it is for the people who are on the high level
of quality-wise
and do all that elaborate editing work and long, elaborate videos. Like in the book community, for example, like Books and Lala, she must put so much time and effort into her videos. And I can't even imagine.
No.
Like, that would be a full-time job, I would think.
Yeah, it would be.
So I wish that YouTubers were, like, kind of more allowed to recognize their own hard work and accomplishments.
Absolutely.
And not feel like they have to, like, grovel to their audience all the time. And again, like, 99.9% of you, this doesn't apply to.
No, this is not directed at... Because here's bottom line is, this channel is something that Sue and I started over a shared love of reading, and it's something that we started together to like spend more time together and like engage in an activity that we thought would be fun based on like a shared interest of reading.
Right.
We're going to read the books we like. We're going to talk about the books that we want to talk about and the ideas that we want to talk about. And for those of you who have responded well to that and seem to like that, thank you so much. Like we really appreciate you, and this is definitely a space for you. But ultimately, there is a lot of choice when it comes to YouTube, and if you find that like our content is not something that you want to engage with, that's okay.
Right.
Don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's really that simple, because we
Yeah.
didn't start this channel for any other agenda. But I will say that for me, this year, it really became apparent to me that if you do have a platform, it is on you to use that platform responsibly. And so for me, what that means is, yeah, we're going to talk about books, yeah, we're going to drink, yeah, we're going to have fun on this channel, but like, we're also going to use our platform to talk about issues and you know, social things that are important to us and that are important to our communities. And that's part of the kind of the onus when you have a platform. It's your responsibility to use that platform in a constructive way. And so that's kind of where us talking about our views and maybe reading some books that are like more quote unquote political, that's kind of where that comes in. Like it is on us to make sure that we are using our platform and our voice and our audience in a way that is constructive.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I mentioned, I feel like we have always done that.
Yeah, me too, which is really surprising that the Karens came out for our last video.
Yeah, maybe not in in the most explicit way sometimes.
But yeah, I think ultimately, like, what was the most, I think, disturbing to me about the whole comment situation in our last video was, I mean, first of all, the like blatant spreading of misinformation, just so like casually and casually like it's not a big deal, but then aggressively like these are the facts, and if you don't believe them, you're brainwashed. So it's that like,
and thinking that not believing
means you haven't done your research.
Means you're the brainwashed one.
Yeah, like you're stupid because you haven't done your research, and what I mean by that is you don't believe this conspiracy theory. So like that bothered me. But then also like the sheer audacity to come into someone's space and tell them what to do with that space. And I realize like this is kind of our like first real encounter with that. And I understand that like women of color especially have a much bigger problem with this. But you don't get to do that. Like you don't get to do that. And then you especially, there was a lot of like what I like to call conservative brainwashing. Or conservative gaslighting in those comments, where it was basically like, well, you haven't looked at the same sources that I have, so you haven't done your research. And then there was also like a lot of tone policing. I think they said I went on an expletive-filled rant.
Like, as though we aren't expletive-filled all the time.
I was like, bruh.
What did you expect?
Bruh, I am all, and I counted my expletives.
And it wasn't even that many.
No. And
not for you, for sure.
Fuck no. Because I use expletives constantly, especially when I'm calm. So like...
And this is, like you mentioned, like this is just a small taste for us.
Of course,
of what women of color deal with all the time.
Because
like
women
tone
of color,
policing.
oh yeah,
a lot.
Oh yeah, like they get hit with it way more than we do. So yeah, this is not a space where that's going to happen to us or to anybody else. And so if we find, you know, in our comment section that our followers or our friends are kind of on the receiving end of that, or the receiving end of misinformation or just bullshit in general, we're going to step in. We're not going to let that happen. We are going to block people.
Yes. And thanks to my sister for arguing.
Oh my God.
My sister, who is a nurse and has seen COVID firsthand in hospitals, stepped in and was arguing with this person about COVID, and of course didn't get through to her because nobody ever could, I don't think.
No.
But thanks, Stacy. And thanks, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
For trolling people so hard that they thought you were on their side.
Our friend Nathan is a stay-at-home dad, and Nathan has a lot of time on his hands. This is his admission, not mine. He said this. He basically was like, I've got all the time in the world, so if you want me to just go ham, I can go ham. And I was like, honestly, bro, you do whatever you want to do. But yeah, so thanks, Nathan, for having our backs. We appreciate you. I think that covers the gist of what we wanted to say. Are there any, like, anything we missed, any closing thoughts, anything that, like, you thought of as we were talking?
I don't think so. I think we've pretty much hit everything. And, you know, like I mentioned, thank you to everyone who likes us
thank you so much.
And enjoys the content that we make, because
that we want to make.
Yeah. And I hope you guys stick around. If anybody had a problem with what we said in this video, then maybe our channel's not for you, and that's fine.
Right. And also, I mean, if you want to open up a dialogue about, like I said, our position on human rights issues is not negotiable, but if there's anything else that you want to open a dialogue about, send us a message, leave us a comment. I mean, feel free to do those things. We definitely don't want to make you feel like you can't express yourself, but like I said, our stances on human rights issues are not negotiable, and they're not things that we're going to be arguing with people about. And especially don't feel like you need to come on here and educate us, because I promise that we are educated.
And I mean, you know, if we do say something wrong, feel free to correct us. But
yeah, when I say don't feel like you need to educate us, what I mean is don't feel like you need to bring us around to your shitty point of view. But like if we do say something offensive, or we do say something that is exclusionary or that misses the mark, we are open to learning. We want to be the best allies that we can be to our community. And so if we in some way do make a comment that's harmful to you or harmful to your community, please tell us. We want to grow, and we're not going to get it perfect every time. We are two white women who grew up with the privilege that affords us. And so if we
grew up in predominantly white
areas, predominantly conservative areas.
Yes.
And so if we fuck up, like, I'm not saying don't correct us. Yeah, I'm saying please correct us if we fuck up. What I'm saying is, though, if, you know, for some reason you feel like we've been brainwashed by the liberal left, maybe don't educate us. If we do misuse our allyship, or if we overstep any kind of boundaries, please do let us know. Like I said, we want to be the best allies we can be, and we know we're not going to get it right every single time because of our background. So we will not, you know, block or censor you in that regard in any way, shape, or form, because if you take the time to help educate us, then we're going to respect that. So thank you for that. I do feel like we both do try very hard to be respectful, and I think even in those responses to those comments,
we initially tried.
I did try really hard to be diplomatic, and then the whole like white woman playing the victim thing, I mean, I assume they're white. I guess that's wrong of me. I shouldn't assume.
They might not be.
They might not be, but the whole like playing the victim situation and like claiming that you were attacked, but really all people did was express dissenting opinions, that's what set me off. Like, that's what sparked the rage.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you are not a victim here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I feel like we're starting to get into rant territory.
We are starting to get, so I'm getting ranty. Let's close her out.
Let's close it out. This beer is delicious.
Very tasty.
If you want to pick it up, Fire, Skulls, and Money. It's really good. I like Toppling Goliath is good. I've never had anything from them that I didn't like, I think.
Yeah, same. And, you know, also kind of on trend, because if you're not going to give us Fire, Skulls, or money, you can't tell us what to say on our channel. So,
thanks for watching. If you made it
this far,
made it through here,
thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to our, you know, subscribers who do enjoy our content.
Also big shout out to Don't Sleep Read.
Yes.
For having our backs in those comments. Appreciate you also.
Yeah.
So.
And there was at least one other person, Kate.
Yes.
Also, thank you.
Yes. So thank you
for having our backs.
For having our backs in the comments. We appreciate it.
Yes.
So.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. And we
hope you see you for the next video.
Hope to see you next time.
We'll see.
So thanks, guys.
Bye.